Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Monday, sir.
Happy Monday indeed, PJ.
It's a happy Monday for a lot of people, especially the people who are on Friday.
That's right. Like Jerry B from the great state of Pennsylvania. You know what? Everybody had commented afterwards, that was a real winner.
Yeah,
right?
Jerry was a great guy.
What a real down-to-earth Pennsylvania farmer. You know, you guys don't know the story. I was going to have him show you during the live video, but he showed me his change jar. And he's got pennies and nickels and dimes and everything in there. And he goes, you know what this is for, Chris? I said, no, Jerry, what's that for? He goes, this is for the next entry into a dream giveaway. I said, good for you.
Yeah, he was super happy. Got his two vehicles on, loaded up on Friday afternoon.
I spoke to him on Sunday. I called him to make sure that he got home safe and that the vehicles got there, because they were beelining it right up to that Pennsylvania area. And yes, he made it home safe. The two Challengers made it up there, and now they're in his St. Paul barn with a 69 General Lee Charger. So Mopar or no car.
Now, it said it was raining a little bit, so he couldn't take any of the vehicles out.
Hasn't taken any out for a drive because it was raining. He thinks the next few days up there is going to be rain. So he's hoping that by the end of this week, he can get out in one or both with some of his farmer buddies. And he's got a big farm. So he told me, or he told you, PJ, that he's got at least a quarter mile on his farm that he can set up as his own private drag strip.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't scare the cattle.
So he may or may not send some photos, and obviously we'll pass those along if he does.
That's so nice. Next three giveaways that are ending. Let's go over those. First one, big diesel truck.
That's the closest one that's going to be
closest ending, right? One. I'm going to go in order of ending. $103,000 on the window sticker. Raise your hand if you can't go to a dealership right now and buy a $100,000 truck. I can't. PJ, could you?
No, not at all.
Not at all. 25 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. Maybe you got 250 bucks to throw at it. You're helping out charity in the process, and who knows, you could be like Jerry B with the great state of PA and win that bad boy.
Is that our biggest truck that we've ever given away?
It is.
Yeah, it's huge.
Biggest, longest, best tow rating.
Baddest.
Yeah. And remember, diesel trucks, and I'm not giving you a warranty with this statement, but they are known generally for lasting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, right? So a gasoline powered car, maybe 150, 200,000 miles these days, maybe more. Diesel truck, maybe you'll get 500,000 miles out of it.
That's right.
You know, so that's why you still see diesel trucks that are 20 years old out there on the road, because those engines have such great durability on them. Have you ever thought that a diesel truck could change your life? Then we have the big diesel truck to change your life if you have that lucky ticket number.
So the next few weeks we'll be just kind of displaying that big diesel truck a little bit more.
We will.
Get everybody interested in that.
That's what we'll do. And then after that, the next one to end, Monza Red, 1970 Stingray. Guys, this is not a 350 small block. This is a 454 LS5 big block, most horsepower you could get in a Corvette in 1970. For most folks, 1970 is a high water mark for General Motors. That was the year in which everything was right across all the brands. High compression, you know, new safety stuff in it, big horsepower.
Red on red.
Cool styling. I know you're probably saying, Chris, I'm a C2 fan, or I'm a C1 fan.
To be honest with you, I am a C2 fan and a C1 fan.
Well, I'm a C3 fan. And this thing is the best of the best of the best. Look down here where you see that NCRS Top Flight. That means that this vehicle had to undergo a rigorous checklist of items to be scored. And if they don't get enough right on it, from what I hear, they even check the air in the tires to see if it's new old stock. I'm kidding. But they check everything. They are maniacal about it. So if you're thinking about a Corvette that, man, you remember one back in the day, but everyone you've seen has been, oh, monkeyed up this or boogered up there, this one is a right one.
So you're going to put this at your car show, you're going to put the hood up, and you're going to get judged, and you're going to take home every single trophy.
Oh, yeah. This is a trophy magnet.
And there's a lot of documentation with this one. A big box of
big box of secret documentation.
That's right. There's a lot going on there. So after the Vette.
After the Vette GTO.
Oh, look at this Vette.
Much different color red, right?
Now, did you say that this was the original muscle car?
Oh, absolutely. 1964 GTO started the muscle car when John DeLorean and his three engineers, dropped a 389 cubic inch from a full-size Pontiac into a mid-sized car. I get it, a mid-sized car, right?
This thing, Chris. Now, it doesn't have big tail fins like the 57 Chevy or something like that.
No.
What was going on between 57 Chevy and this 64? I mean,
well, many of the cool cars were full-size, right? You had the early 60s stuff on the Pontiac side. You had the Catalinas racing at Daytona. You had the Ford Galaxies up against them with the big old 427 engines as well. You had the Chevys with the 409s. But the mid-sized cars had smaller engines. Like the Le Mans only had a 326 engine. The Malibu only had a 327 engine. Or, dare I say it, maybe even a Stovebolt 6. So the GTO, by taking that higher cube V8, dropping it into what they called at the time a mid-size, making it look really, really sporty, giving it a cool console, cool white shifter knob. Incredible looking car. Great styling from the guys at Pontiac. You know, there are few cars in 1965, mid-size American cars, that have the style and just an amazing timeless look of a GTO. You think about it. Does a 65 Malibu look quite as good as a 65 GTO? Maybe it does to you, but to me the GTO wins. And when the GTO came out with that, then all of a sudden the other divisions of General Motors had to come out with something, right? We've talked before about the 442, 4 on the floor, 4 barrel, dual exhaust. That came out in 64 as well after the GTO. The Chevelle SS was able to get a larger engine, I don't think until 65. Buick, of course, the personal luxury line in the Riviera had a pretty cool engine and a dual quad setup, but the mid-size Buick I don't think got a hypo engine until 65 either. So once Pontiac did what it did in 64, the other divisions had to play catch up. By 65, all of those divisions had their own version of the GTO. But here's the car that did it.
Amazing.
Wow. Okay, so again, this one, all the right stuff. Montero red, or a red interior, 4-speed, posi traction. Just put on the song Little GTO, and this has everything in the song.
Convertible,
power top, rally gauges, grab handle.
and a trunk that you can sleep 10 people in.
That's correct. The drive-in trunk, right? You could put everybody in the drive-in and sneak in through the gate for the $1 or whatever it cost back in the day.
Roger says, Happy New Launch Eve.
Happy New Launch Eve.
That's correct.
H-N-L-E. H-N-L-E to you, Roger. And to everybody else out there. Now that I've talked about the next through to end, we'll briefly talk about what's going to happen at midnight tonight. There we go. I briefly talked about it. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to wait until midnight tonight. I'm told that I cannot give out any more Easter eggs on it. But if you miss the Easter eggs that I've already given out, remember that one has 850 horsepower, and that means there are 2 vehicles in that package. Stay up till midnight and visit dreamgiveaway.com. Maybe you can see if you're the first one to get the entries to it.
That's right. Now, Chris, we take these cars out all the time, get some photos of them, and people see them in our galleries. The other day, I don't know if you know this or not, but we were shooting our live, and the GT came in and noticed it was behind me. So then I took some of the photos that they were actually shooting, and I want to show everybody that quick little video.
Let me watch it too. So I'm going to stand over here.
This was restored, a labor of love, over $100,000 was spent just on the restoration. PJ, go ahead and spin around there. Look what just came back into the garage. It's a GT and a GTO.
Look at that. Everything's coming back to the garage right now.
That's a great looking vehicle. So happy to see that Ford GT out there. Sometimes when we take the studio shots, people don't think it's a real car. They are. You can ask Don Garlitz, you can ask any of the celebrities who have been here, you can ask me, you can ask PJ.
They are definitely real.
They're very real. Better yet,
come on down.
Come on down. Come visit us in the Dream Giveaway Garage. And you know what everybody says? It looks great on camera, but when we see all of these incredible cars in person, it's way bigger, bigger experience. So, thank you for sharing that on the Ford GT, PJ.
Yeah, I thought everybody might want to see some of those photos that we get to play with here and get them out there on the internet.
Indeed. Well, we got to get ready for that big launch at midnight. You going to stay up till midnight, PJ?
I am. I will be up at midnight.
Okay, make sure that everybody can get their entries at 12:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, brand new launch tonight at midnight. No April Fool's joke. It's a great package. I've already told you all I can tell you. Now you got to stay up and get your entries.
Tomorrow we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens right here